I feel like this is an excellent opportunity to regather, regroup, and really just celebrate this community that we are continuing to build here in North Carolina.
Well, first of all, I just want to, how am I doing? I just want to welcome everybody and thank everybody for being here. You know, we all have a lot of things pulling at us that we could be doing with our time, and I really appreciate you've chosen to spend a little bit of time with us. I'm Pete Burridge. I'm the founder and CEO of Greenhouse, and we really couldn't be accomplishing the things we are without this community. And the folks that just talked before me talked about the idea of community, and you guys are all part of it, so thank you for that. We just wouldn't be here without you. I want to plant a seed. So if you are available next year for this event, this is our hallmark annual event for Greenhouse Scholars in North Carolina, think about bringing some friends. This is such a great opportunity to introduce people to our work, or if there are folks that are doing a little bit of this and a little bit of that with us, this is a great chance to get kind of a broader exposure and learn about what we do and meet some of the amazing folks that we're working with to create a broader community change. So just planting a seed. All right, so I'm going to talk about two things, two simple concepts tonight, what and how. So we'll start with how. Sorry, we'll start with what. I said they were simple, and then I couldn't even figure out which one. But what? So what matters in life? What are we going to do about it? What are we going to leave behind? What's our impact on the planet and people going to be? What is your contribution? What is my contribution? So now more than ever, at least in my lifetime, I think it's important to be talking about and thinking about what. And in my opinion, it's emergency. But first, a few stories about my family, which is, I know, why you're really all here. You're gonna hear some stories about my family. So I was fortunate to grow up with parents that led with their actions. I don't believe there was ever a time where I saw my father mistreat another person. He was also relentlessly positive. So those were kind of his what. At the peak of his career, he was on 17 boards, and I think 12 of them were nonprofit boards. That's a little bit of his how. When I started Greenhouse Scholars, I got a check in the mail for $50,000 from my mother. And the note said, what you're doing is important. I'm sure it will be successful. So my parents are people that understand their what, and that taking intentional action is how. So let's talk about how. How can we be our most effective, productive, useful? How can we make the biggest possible impact? I believe it starts with attitude, something that we all have complete control over. So our way of displaying attitude at Greenhouse has to do with this concept we call the big tent approach. Bring them in, sign them up, work together, right? So shared goals, values, ideas, no looking for differences to point out words you use differently. Instead, this idea of working together. So our attitude drives our approach to community building. So in our attitude is closely followed by our actions, something else we have control of. Got a buddy from college that used to say, Pete Burridge, talk is cheap. And I think today, more than ever, that is sure true. So what do you care about? What do you have a passion around? Whatever these things are, we should stay involved, engage, sign up, do something, right? So Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson said, that's right, I said Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. You heard me correctly. Effort increases action, action creates momentum, momentum creates success. Ralph Waldo Emerson, good luck is another name for tenacity of purpose. Leonardo da Vinci, I've been impressed with the urgency of doing. Knowing is not enough, we must apply. Being willing is not enough, we must do. And Harriet Tubman, always remember, you have within you the strength, the patience, and the passion to reach for the stars to change the world. These folks clearly understood their what and their how. So, what are we trying to accomplish at Greenhouse? For the last 17 years, our vision has been to create a community of leaders who will evolve the communities of the world. So we are clear, intentional, and relentless regarding our what. How is it going? Here's a sampling. Some of them have been up on the board. 97% of Greenhouse Scholars graduate from college. That compares to 15% of first-generation low-income students nationally. Starting salaries of Greenhouse Scholars are 2 times that of both their parents and 22% higher than their peers, so changing the trajectory of families permanently. We have started and implemented 368 nonprofit and for-profit businesses, initiatives, and projects. We've directly affected over 4,000 communities, and an additional 90,000 people are impacted directly by our work every year through mentoring, volunteering, community initiatives, presentations, entrepreneurship, and more, and that's over 1,200,000 since our founding. So you all are a big part of that. I want to have you all give yourself a hand for participating in all of this. So that's just a bit of what we've been doing. So how are we doing this? So our community change model, and if you want to look into a little bit of the specifics, you can go to the website. You can kind of learn a little bit more about it. It's a little too detailed to really cover here, but I want to cover the concept. So our community change model, which is what we're really about, starts with 4 fundamentals. We are creating and growing a committed community diverse in age, socioeconomics, geography, perspectives, and backgrounds. We are recruiting and selecting inspiring young role models from low-income communities to work with us to initiate change from within communities. We are delivering leadership, personal and professional success resources, and we are leveraging our community's collective power, capabilities, and ideas to create fundamental and lasting change. Those are the 4 fundamentals that underpin our community change model. We are winning. We are making a difference that will last. We are creating and implementing for-profit and nonprofit initiatives. We are focused on job creation and education reform. We are powering opportunity, choice, and belief. We are changing expectations, norms, and behaviors. In our world, everyone has more to lose and more to gain. Our work is producing lasting generational change for families and communities, and as a result, our growing community of thousands has significantly increased shared understanding, empathy, positivity, solutions orientation, entrepreneurialism, and collaboration. We believe that those 7 points that I just covered are hierarchically the things that will change the world. And I ask all of you today, when you think about whether you want to get involved with us, don't waver, don't doubt, double down on us. We will get it done. So thank you all. Really appreciate your time.